Alright, what's going on, y'all, man? It's been a hot news day. Y'all know I got the updates for y'all, man, so stay tuned. A lot of videos gonna drop tonight. Alright, let's get into Garrett Nussmeier officially saying he's returning for one more season. A great decision, young man, not entering the NFL draft, working on your development, and continuing to get there, man. And he's not playing around. He says he wants to win a national title. Now, first off, I love that, and LSU fans should love that. If you're not aiming for the highest of the heights, if you're not aiming to be the best of the best, then what are you doing? Why are you coming back? So you absolutely love to see that. Now, there's some critical areas Garrett Nussmeier has to work on in order to kind of get to that level. And I think if he does that, he could be an all-SEC selection, right? He could be revered as one of the top quarterbacks in the country, right? And he could potentially be a first-round draft pick, which are things he aspires to do, all right? But the first thing you got to work on as we look here, did great throwing the ball, 3,700 yards and 39 touchdowns and also 26 touchdowns. You know what I'm saying? What it's going to come down to is he got to clean up this area right here. Yeah. Them 11 interceptions. You know what I'm saying? Now, I've seen worse. I've seen some quarterbacks have 14, 15. It ain't the worst number in the world, but you got to clean that up if you want a potential chance to lead your team to victory. You know what I'm saying? And LSU had some pretty notable wins this year. You know what I'm saying? Like, they lost a close one. This was an epic, thrilling game to kind of kick off the season against USC. Lost that by a close bit, right? Beat South Carolina. I know everybody's going to say, obviously, the refs helped them in that one. Hey, I feel y'all. I understand. But the notable wins I want to talk about, right? They was able to beat Ole Miss in overtime at home in Death Valley. A very good win for them. They struggled, though, against Florida. Got to be better there. Alabama went in there and whooped them in Death Valley. Them is games you got to be able to win. Same with Texas A&M. But the notable win, obviously, I have to say, is Ole Miss this past season, right? Beating South Carolina was also a notable win for them, regardless of how they got it. So, going to have to handle business. I know the SEC schedule reveal is going to come out tonight. I'll have more on that. But that's to start having a better season. They went 8-4 this year. Not the worst, but if you want to be in title contention, you can only probably have 2 losses at most. Next up, what else Garrett Nussmeier has to work on? The short and intermediate game of his throwing, right? Now, he's great with the deep ball, you know what I'm saying? But like I said, that offense felt like it was too much quick strike. We got to hit. We got to connect on deep plays almost every time out. And they struggled in that, right? Now, you've seen C.J. Daniels hit the transfer portal. Obviously, they'll probably have Kyron Lacy back another year. But this is the guy right here, and this is why I have it on him. He is going to be the key guy for them. All SEC selection, Mason Taylor. I really like his game. 546 yards receiving this year, 2 touchdowns, average 9 yards a catch, and 55 catches. He has to be a more complementary type of piece for this offense. They need to use him more. They need to find him in the short and intermediate. If the initial deep throw is not there, he needs to be the guy that Garrett Nussmeier builds that relationship with in the summer, where he could throw the flat routes to, he could throw across the middle of the field, and you could do simple things. Now, the SEC defenses are elite, but you can have him run seam routes across the middle of the field. You can have him run a PA crosser across the field. You can have him run flat. You can have him run a down and in, you know what I'm saying, a dig, you know what I'm saying, out routes, whatever it may be. A quarterback needs to have an easy throw, and this is the guy right here. Now, hopefully he stays. He's a junior. I don't think he's entered his name yet into the NFL draft. I don't think he's entered his name into the portal, but this is the guy they need to build around going forward with that offense, especially for Nussmeier to have kind of that breakout year. And he had a good year this year, but taking it to another level. Nonetheless, I think it's a great decision for him to actually stay and work on your development and become the best quarterback possible that you could become. And what do we usually see with the career arc of LSU quarterbacks? That second year is the year they take the kind of that next step. Had Jaden Daniels first year, had a pretty okay season. What happened with him? He took that next step, was the Heisman Trophy winner. No, they did not win a national championship, but he was one of the better quarterbacks in the country, right? Let's go back to Joe Burrow's arc, right? That first year wasn't all that good. That second year under the system yet again, obviously with Jamar Chase, Justin Jefferson, and that offensive coordinator Joe Brady, who's now in the NFL, you know what I'm saying? That really helped him out, you know what I'm saying? And now number 1 overall pick, Heisman Trophy winner, and he's looking like potentially everything goes right. He could be a potential future Hall of Famer and an all-time great in the NFL. Like, that's what he needs to do in year 2. Not necessarily, you know, Hall of Fame and all that good stuff, but take that next step that those other LSU greats, and that's what I'm going to call them because they are, those LSU greats took. Can't wait to find out. I'm going to have the full reaction all next season. I feel a lot more kind of in tune with college football, especially with the transfer portal. So that's my thoughts, man. I'm excited to see this kid. I have very high expectations. Him and DJ Lagway next year for me, I have very high expectations for it in the SEC next year. They should be on all SEC teams, in my humble opinion. We're going to find out. Obviously, Lagway ended up winning true freshman All-American from 0-3. We're going to find out what happens there. But these two guys I'm very high on. we're going to see. Comment below, though, LSU fans. How do y'all feel about that?